Alright guys, so Ninja Andrew here for a what to do when you've hit level 30 after boosting to level 30 mission, or episode, as well as a PvP box opening. So I'm going to start it off actually with that. You can see here I have 15 Prometheum lock boxes, that's a full month's worth. And my oldest one is about to expire in 9 hours, so you can see that I haven't gone over into the next month's Prometheum lock boxes, as all of these are older than that. And basically that means that you're going to see like exactly what you're going to get out of Prometheum lock boxes in about a 1 month period. And I'm actually interested to see this as well. Before I start opening those, though, since this is my level 30 mission or episode as well, I'm just going to show you guys here. So the reason I've saved those Prometheum lock boxes for this month is because you can see here my gear, my level 30 gear. This is what I have from boosting to level 30. So I still have some pieces of like level 8 gear. And there was some 24s, 11, 10, stuff like that. So basically, if I were to open these Prometheum lockboxes now, they would give me stuff based on this gear. I'm going to check my stats. Okay, my stats are boosted because I've already put on this armor in my bounties mission, but in this episode I'll tell you exactly what I did there. So from another character, I have some Prometheum gear here. This is all 78 item level, so this is from one of my T4 characters. This isn't going to be stuff that's available to everybody off the bat because you're going to need a tier 4 character in order to get this, and it has to be on your account. So once you level your character up to level or to tier 4, then you'll be able to pass this kind of stuff around to other characters as you make them, and that's what we did. You can see here, this is a helmet that I had originally gotten on this character, as well as this waist that are a level 10 from opening Prometheum boxes from the last month's cycle. So basically, or actually I think one of these I passed over and one of them I opened. So basically, like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those out and save them to pass over to any other new characters that I have. I might have one in the works, so especially with new powers coming out. So I'm going to just put these aside for now, so that I can pass them over using my shared bank to my new character. And I'm going to put on my armor here. So I have the necklace and the 2 rings, which I'm going to replace. The stuff I'm taking off is the PvP necklace and rings that you get out of the PvP vendors that are in the police stations. So they're not very good at all. They're not even level 30. They're level 19 and level 24 necklace. Then this other suit here. This other suit is, I'm missing gloves. That's the one slot that's missing out of this selection here. But I've got every other piece here is a CR42 green. These are all tradable. You can actually purchase these in the auction house if you have enough money. If you don't have enough money, go and collect exobits. Each one of these stacks of 16 is worth roughly $600,000. This one's maybe $500,000. So if you have the right buyers. So basically, these pieces sell for anywhere between like $100,000 to $600,000. So depending on how many stacks you have, when you hit level 30, that'll determine how many of these pieces you can even purchase for yourself. If there aren't any available there, if you've made any friends in the game, you might be able to convince them to go in and do the police station tier 3 duo. That's where all this kind of stuff drops, and they'll be able to pass that kind of stuff over to you, and like maybe you can make out some sort of a deal where you pass them some bits for going and getting you some gear. So those are just some tips and suggestions on how you would be able to, as a new player, to acquire some of this gear right as soon as you hit level 30 or even before that. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that stuff right now. This is getting rid of all of the stuff, mostly PvP gear, some PvE that I had gotten from just leveling up through the very basic stuff that we did and getting drops off of enemies and stuff like that. So now, except for these hands, I am in a much higher tiered suit. I'm going to take off those hands. This is my stats are actually probably more properly reflected by what I'm wearing right now. So I'm a CR49 after having equipped the CR42 suit pieces that I had, minus the hands, plus I have the 78 level rings. And so basically what I'm going to do next here, so I also happen to have some iconic pieces. These are also available in the marketplace, but chances are they're going to be too expensive for you to work towards at this point. I just happened to get some on some of my other characters recently, so I'm going to go ahead and equip those because they're also going to boost my CR. Just whatever you have that you can boost it before you open those boxes, you want to do it so that you can get better gear out of them. So I'm going to go ahead here, I'm going to put on this back instead of the one that I have, because it's a better CR. You can see here 42, the one that I just put on the energy battery back, is a 52 item level down at the bottom. So that went up another 10 points there with that. I'm also going to put on this abracadabra chest, which you can see is a 58 item level compared to the 42. So these are actually scrap now. I actually don't need these anymore because they've been integrated. They're slightly valuable. I'll probably sell them off for some money. And then I have 2 pairs of gloves. Now the 2 pairs of gloves, one gives me a precision bonus and one gives me a might bonus. The stats are pretty much the same. I want the precision bonus personally. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to equip the energy battery once for style, and then I'm going to equip this one so that I get the precision bonus. So there we go. That's a few of those. And then I'll do the rest of the style stuff later because I don't need to do that now. But that basically has now put me into the best possible combination of armor just up until this point that I could get my hands on for not having to pay anything or do anything special just to get it to this point. I'm also going to just go through here in my Metro bounties episode. I did I switched my weapon over. So basically here are some of the weapons that I was using before. There was a 14 item level, or sorry, 18 item level, level 14 PvP weapon that I bought in the store. That was the best weapon that I had upon hitting level 30. Once I hit level 30, I also had a PvP level 30, so slightly better PvP weapon that I was using for a bit. And then I also managed to purchase this 135 Marks of Tactics. That's a tier 3 weapon. So it actually took me a little bit to actually be able to equip that to my character because I'm such a low level. But basically because I had a tier 2 weapon from earlier, I was able to equip that, which then allowed me to switch up to the bigger weapon, which was nice. So that allowed me to use that for my Metropolis Bounties episode. And also basically that's just where I'm at with my weapon. So I'm using a PvP weapon to get through this next little portion of the game because I'm not going to be doing too much that's going to require a PvE weapon right away, and we're going to earn those as we get up through that content. So this is just to make things easier at a lower level. So right now that I'm fully equipped with the best gear that I've got, I'm going to go through and open up each of these lock boxes and see what happens. Okay, so we got level 20 insectoid boots. Auxiliary 2 compound and 5 Mars of Triumph. So by boosting up, I'm getting, instead of a 0 or a 1 compound, I'm getting a level 2 compound. So basically it's like 2 levels better than what I would have gotten any other way. Same with this attack compound. Basically this one will improve my stats as a controller, and this one will improve my stats as a DPS. Or just to do damage as a controller. Or throw extra power as a DPS. Okay, so that was marks. More marks. Noble Warrior chest, so that's an iconic chest piece based on Wonder Woman. Paramilitary belt. So these kinds of pieces are going to be valuable for me to pass over to any other characters that I have. I've got some level 10 pieces and level 20 pieces, but I can even accept the style on it first and then put them in my trade bank. As long as I don't put a mod into them, I can keep trading them over to my new characters to help buff them up. So I'm going to keep going through here. Another mark. More marks. Okay, level 20 Barbarian Cape, so I'll just put that for the style. V Devil Mask. So that's a decent selection of armor for a new level character. More marks. So I didn't have any of these marks of triumph before I started. I'll show how many I got after opening all of these. Okay, so that's what we got. We didn't get any auras. We didn't get any rings or necklaces. We got level 20 styles and some auxiliary and attack tier 2 compounds. So it was worth it to save up rather than having tier 0 compounds to get these ones, because those will just help me out better for going ahead once we get up to that content. So basically I'll show you here on my currency, 59 marks of triumph for getting through that. So that's not bad. That'll allow me to buy like maybe 1 or 2 pieces, probably 1 piece. We'll see how much I can afford. Alright, so that eliminates the armor and the Promethean lock boxes. Now I'm going to go through sort of some of the other stuff I have in my inventory here and put on some of the styles from the armor that I've equipped. Okay. And okay, yeah, I don't need that anymore. And we'll do something with those. Is that tradable? Yeah, okay. So basically here I have some more iconic styles. These are going to be lesser item levels, 36s, 34s, like you can see 28, 34, 38, 34. So these are lower level things. I'm just going to equip them. So that I can get rid of them. Yeah, my belt is still better than that, even though it's green. So these are all like iconic styles. Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, that was Clarion, the Witch Boy that I had in that slot, Bane, Dr. Fate, Mr. Freeze, Felix Faust, and Raven. Those are all their styles that you get from defeating their bosses in their instances, or them as their boss level characters. So, I'll go through here. I need yeah, put that back on. Okay, so basically from here, I'm gonna go and put on my styles first. Let's see, the back. No, I want the energy battery. Boom. Let's see, make that black. Here we go. Oh, my weapons are changed. Also, okay, so chest, let's see. Deathstrokes looks like. That looks pretty badass. And what else is in here? Alright. I won't spend a super amount of time changing up stuff here. I'll keep working on it as I go. I don't know if I need some shoulders and a better helmet, but I'll have to go back and see what I've gotten. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing it now, but that's the energy battery, gloves, and back out of the Owen Science Cells mission. I managed to get both of those on my character, on my level 41, or sorry, tier 4 character, level 40. Jesus. Okay, so now I'm looking a little bit more badass. I'm going to go through quickly here. Okay, first things first. Go into traits. I have 4 more power points to spend. I'll just go over really quickly, show you what I've got. Taser pull, fear gas to get down to Gauss grenade, defibrillator, battle drone for the supercharge for small groups, cryo field, cryo foam. That's in the traps tree there, and in the tricks one, I'm gonna grab now sticky bomb and intimidation. That's for when I do solo stuff, when I don't need to throw out power to the group so that I can self buff. And then in my iconics, I'm going to get the hard light shield. That's for getting through tougher instances on a solo level. And also super strength, so that I can now pick up cars and throw them at people, because we've already got pretty much everything else we need. And like, you can go through and check all of these iconics, but that's the one I find to be the most useful, generally speaking, for any type of character. And then super strength I just like having so that I can pick up large objects and throw them at people. I've got the vitalization and the 2 damage buffs, because I don't really find that I need the dominance so much once I get my dominance up a little bit higher with the other stats. So I'm going to go ahead. I have 7 skill points to spend here, and I believe that I've got every single weapon purchased. And I put some into the staff? No. Okay, I must have swapped out, yeah, I swapped out some of my power points here. So basically I bought every single weapon style that's available, and then I went down and bought some more in the two-handed so that I could get some vitalization and critical attack chances, the 2 buffed versions. That's basically what you want to do with all your points now, is once you have your main weapon, mine's going to be martial arts, where I've bought extra combos because I want to have everything available to me. I don't like that one, so that's why I don't buy it. And then I've gotten the critical attack damage, and I could get the cunning, but I saved that one for after I've gotten vitalization, so that's why I went to two-handed, so I could buy 4 down, and it would get me to critical attack chance and vitalization. It's 2 usable skills that I want right away, damage and vitalization. So then the rest of these all have just the single weapon purchased. as you can see. So then what I would want to do next is try and find the next weapon that when I go down, it's going to give me the most options for boosting when I get to the bottom. So for me, I think it's going to be dual pistols. If I'm right, it's got vitalization and critical attack damage. So I'm going to get these and go straight for vitalization first. And then with my last one, go to critical attack damage. And that's where I'll put my next 2 points. And basically, I'll just keep doing that with all of these weapons as I get more skill points. Alright, so then, now that I have at least every weapon skill, the first one bought, I can go through here and accept every single weapon style that's available to me. Now I've already accepted that, it's just not going to show me right now, so I'm going to put that one up there to give to Ninja Misty, because I don't need 2 of them. But as you can see here, I've got quite a sizable amount of gear that I've put away to the side that's either level 30 or is a weapon that I didn't have purchased right away. So I'm just going to go through here and accept every single weapon that I wasn't able to accept before, so that I can then clear them out of my inventory. I'll just do it the quick way. I'll move that up there. So this is like, there aren't any feats for specifically collecting weapon styles. This is just for if I ever want to mess around with another weapon style and that one of these styles is something that like looks cool for what my character is doing at that point in the game. Oh, but I can also, it also goes towards an overall style feat where you need to get like 500 styles. So you can see it's sort of worth it to get like this boost towards that goal in the long run. So you just want to get as many as possible. Some of these I've passed over from other characters. That's barbarian, that's barbarian. Nope. I've apparently entered into a duel with somebody, which is awesome. It's nice to have that happen during while you're in your menu. I didn't even see me accepting the invite there. Whatever. Don't really care. Okay, so basically, where was I? Somewhere up in here. Got the barbarian style twice, and I don't need it. But I'll see if one of my other characters does. Just gonna keep going through here, grabbing these weapons. Oh, don't need those. Don't need that. Let me just move that out of the way. Because that still says integrates when equipped down at the bottom. That means I can still pass those to another character. Just put them up here. Okay, so then also I've got here another, okay, no, that's the same recurve bow, another hunting bow. So quite a few weapon styles. Sorry if this is taking a while, guys. It's just like I want to show like everything that you would need to do to get the best advantage in this game. And getting towards your feats is one of those things. So now these are some level 30 styles. They're fairly easy to get because they let you pass them, and they're not as good. Like you can see, it's a 30 item level. The stuff I'm wearing is 42, so they're not even that great as it's like even lower than tier 1. Some of these though are a little bit more rare. That Tech Ninja shirt that I just put on. Put those aside. It's nice to have inventory slots. You can purchase those extra. But to get as many as I've got, it's gonna cost you a few bucks. But it's well worth it. Got here a few extra, more rare styles. That one I will definitely put aside because I can sell that later. Or we give it to another character. I've got the snake back. Antifreeze waist. Since I already had that, I can pass that over too. Snake legs. And Tech Ninja back. Okay, so that's like all the styles that I had gotten. Then what I've got here is PvP weapon styles. These are from out of those boxes that we opened up earlier. Now you can equip those as well. And like, some of these might have, I don't know, cooler styles than some of the other stuff that's available to you, so you might want to check out what you got in your boxes, but you've probably already done it. But if you can't use it till level 30, it's like now's the time that you want to like just sort of go through and check out what you got. Okay. Tier 2 PvP weapons. A couple of those I've already used. Just for a second. And then what I've got here is the PvP suit of armor minus hands that I got out of the PvP boxes. So I'm going to accept that for style. I'm going to go and buy those hands in a second so that I can get the feat for completing the set. But basically, I'm going to also be buying a suit of armor that's way better than what this stuff is. So I'm basically... And because you can't sell, you can't trade, the only thing you can do with this set is actually delete it. Okay, then I've got here, these are some of the missions that I've gotten out of boxes. Now that I'm level 30, I can accept them, so this will put them into my journal, clear them out of my inventory. Am I already on that mission? Okay, so because I've already got one of those, maybe the first one that I accepted there was the same one, I've just got to save that until I've completed that mission. So I'll just make some space here in my inventory. Because now I get to go and do a few things around the watchtower. So I'm in the magic wing. See, this is where I started off my episode. Basically, now that I've hit level 30, my level 30 mission has become available. But because we haven't done... I'll go to my journal. I'll go over to sort my missions by type so that you guys can see this better. So basically, we haven't done any missions since the level 6 Bane's Back mission. Then there's a whole bunch of other missions here that we would have to go and do, up to 29, And then there's some extra missions that they've added on, and then What Fate Awaits is basically my level 30 mentor mission. So I'm going to be going and helping out Wonder Woman. So basically, to start that mission off, I have to speak to Dr. Fate. I'm just going to do that because I'm here. But we're not actually going to cover these missions, the level 30 missions, until we've gone back and done all of these other lower level missions. The reason for that being is that you can see here that basically in my traits, I'll go there, I have 36 skill points. For a level 30 character, that's about what you should have. If I had gone through and played just the missions, and not done the boosting stuff that we had done, then basically I would be here and I would have those skill points, but I'd have to go back and do all the stuff like the collections, the races, the all the stuff that's not really doing missions, all the sort of busy work. By doing that and getting it out of the way, we've boosted to level 30, and now we get to go back and do all these level 30 missions that we were going to have to do anyways, but now we get to do them with like super epic armor so that they're way easier. And by going back and doing them now, we get skill points that are going to boost the number of skill points that we have so that it's more in line with what our CR is, which is sort of what you want to do. So like I don't have quite enough skill points to be fully CR 49. That's just based on my armor, because I only have, here you can see, I think it was 36. So I have to make up those few more skill points before I can really start going into the content that's now open to me, which is like tier 2 content basically. So basically what I'm going to do now, so we're going to save this mission and we're going to go back and do those. That's the plan for the next few episodes, so we can show you guys exactly how to get yourself so that you're like fully boosted up to tier 2 off of starting the game, maybe almost up to tier 3 without having to actually do too much of anything. So then right now I'm going to show you the other things that you can do in the watchtower after hitting level 30. One of the things would be crafting, but we're going to save that until we actually hit properly level 30 with all of our skill points, so that we can show you a little bit more about that part of the game. But you want to come down, this is sort of coming down in the magic wing, down to the lower level through the door. You want to go over to the entrance for the watchtower containment facility. And you want to talk to
I can't patch into weapons control. Someone's realigning the turrets to shoot friendlies, like you. Only a manual override on the terminals will work now.
Each of these guys gives you a mission for the inside of that alert that's in there that we're going to do coming up. It's just if you never come down here. Oh, come on, Oracle. Yeah. We just heard about that, Oracle. Thanks for giving us the update. So basically, that's a 4-person mission in there, but you can queue up for it in your journal. And if you queue up for it in your journal, you might never see those 3 guys to pick up the mission in there. So that's why you want to just go and take care of that while you're there to be able to do it. Also, I'm going to show you here is getting armor. So you have a couple options here. We've already shown you guys like the other wings and armor in the Watchtower Tour episode. So I'm not going to go through and show you all of them again. I'm just basically going to come into the one that's off of the magic wing to buy this suit of PvP armor.
Do your powers match
the greatness in your heart. Aspire to this ideal, and you can earn this suit.
And because I want controller PvP armor, I have to go down to the bottom set where it says requires rural controller. And I'm actually just going to buy each and every single piece of this. This is with marks of influence, the little skulls. Those are from doing all those PvP missions that we've done over the past couple weeks. I wonder if I bought the shoulders. I'll have to go and check. So I'm just going to go into my inventory here. I'm going to arrange it. This is how I like to arrange armor. Basically, I start from the head and I work down. So head, it doesn't look like I have the shoulders. So I'll go back and get those. Actually, hands. Where are they? I'll have to go back. Oh no, they're there. Okay. Feet. So let me just go back in, grab the shoulders, and then I'll explain that.
Like my father before.
Okay. Come on. Sometimes it just gets stuck in the store with pressing circle to back out. Alright, where was it? Shoulders. And then I've got here a necklace. So this is how I lay out my armor so that I can see what I've got and what I still need. I still need 2 rings, and these slots I use for weapons and a trinket for PvP stuff. And like I'll probably move that down over closer to my trinket stacks down here at the bottom. I'll move this stuff out of the way and move that down at some point. That's just so that I can keep track of where my PvP armor is at all times in relation to my PvE armor, which is what I'm wearing. The difference being that this stuff that I'm wearing is good for missions, this stuff is good for fighting against other people. So you want to make sure that you have those 2 sets of weapons clearly available to you at all times, and you do have to organize it yourself in your inventory. So however you like to do it, that's totally your call. This is just the way that I like to do it so that I know what I've got and what I still need. I'm also going to go over here and just see if I can afford. This is tier 1 PvE armor. I've got 59 marks. And I need to go down to buy the controller armor again. It's always going to be close to the bottom. Let's see. So that's worse than what I'm wearing. Those are slightly better. Is there anything that's going to give me vitalization here? Is going to help me out. And most of the armor that I have right now, let me just show you that as well. All of this armor that I have that's CR42 is not controller based armor. It's all DPS armor. Everything. So no matter what I buy here, it's going to be better. I just want to find the stuff that has like the best boosts to both like as much of my stats as possible. So I'll get some boots and a waist. Come and I'll swap those out. The ones that I had, which were green and CR42, or item level 42, now they're 46. And I'll check my stats. So I'm CR50 now with that armor. So not bad for a little boost off of opening all of those Promethean boxes. Okay. There's just a couple more things that I'll show you in the watchtower here. One of which, you have to go and talk to Zatanna, and she's in the Hall of Heroes, which is just off of the Magic Wing by the stores on this side. She's going to give you some more missions. There we go. So she just gave me a whole bunch more missions in my journal. I'll just accept the completion of those. So that was talking to Fade and Zatanna. I'll come back here at some point and get better PvP gear, but basically, like, actually here, let me see. If I go to this one.
Hello, the authorized number of trading is going to be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment.
Okay, so I still needed those PvP rings. I'm going to buy them from the tier 3 store, because I have enough marks. Here we go, so they're controller rings. It's going to give me, like, boost to toughness and dominance, so. There we go. I'll also show you in a second here where you can go if you don't have any marks yet to get some PvP gear. So I'll put these ones down with my suit. I'll re-equip my PvP weapon from before, just so that I don't forget and somehow delete it or erase it or something. And then I'm going to go in here. This is into the meta wing, and we've got actually, if you were a Superman mentored character, the one that you would want to come to talk to pick up your level 30 mission is Supergirl. She's in here by the armor for the tier 3 suits. And if you were a Batman mentored character, they send you in to meet Batman in the main hub area up in the Hall of Justice or whatever, where you can actually see Batman standing inside there. So if you didn't have any marks, PvP marks, or you hadn't done as much and you didn't have a suit right away, or you didn't have any of those boxes, you can come here and purchase the suit for cash. There's a DPS suit here, and I would think there's a controller suit. Yeah, so there's a controller suit here and some rings, necklace, weapons. These only cost cash. Then you also have this store here. This is where they cost marks for tier 2, I believe it is. Tier 1 and tier 2 stuff. So basically the suit that we have, I'll just run through right now, show you what I've got. So the actual armor itself is the Aegis of Eternity suit. That's tier 1 armor. Then I have tier 3 necklace, rings, and weapon. That's so that I can get a nice boost off of my damage, but still I don't have enough to buy a full suit right away. You can see my currency, I've got 99 marks of tactics. I could buy a piece of armor at tier 3, but because there's going to be some changes coming soon to the game, where they're going to change the structure of the marks and stuff, I'm just going to hold on to these and hope that I get a better deal when the changes come through. So that stuff might be changing around a little bit in a while, so just at least for now, this is where you can come and get the lower level PvP gear if you didn't have anything. And this is in the meta wing. Also in the meta wing, we've got, since we've put on this gear, and we're now above, I think it's CR42, we can now pick up this. This is a daily mission. It's actually a few daily missions to go and defeat Brainiac troops in South Gotham. There's a few different things that you have to do there, but we're going to start doing this now daily to get marks. You can see there's 4 missions, or at least 4 objectives that have been added now to my inventory. Also going to go down here. I'm actually not going to do anything with this right now, just to save you guys on the time. But at some point I'm going to come back and I'm going to accept all of these plans. These are plans that I've gotten off of my other character. These are to make mods, and we'll be using these in the modding episodes. So I'm going to clear these out of my inventory and just accept them so that I have them in my plans database. And then I'm also going to go now. This will be the last thing that we do in the watchtower. I'm coming into the monitor room in the main hub area, or just off the main hub area, and I'm going to pick up these missions. These are side missions where we can go. It's complete heroic acts, and this is for 3 daily missions in the Toyman's Strikers Island instance, which is in through here. So you can come here every day, pick up the mission at this console, and then go in here and you get some marks and some feats for doing that. I'm also going to come and talk to these 2 people.
Heroes, villains, these words mean nothing to me. All that matters is the battle. Ra's al Ghul is the demon's head, leader of the League of Assassins. His obsession with cleansing the earth turned him away from honorable combat. He must be forced to reevaluate his priorities. Talia
Okay.
had personal
You
She was
need to
taking over
reevaluate.
the
They need to reevaluate the length of the sentences of some of these characters. So then that was from when they added the League of Assassins alert to the game, so that's going to be something that we're going to be working towards soon. Then there's also this one.
It's that time again! Thanks for tuning in! Get ready for another round of newbies! I'm your host, the Joker. Let's get to know our legendary contestants. So you knocked him dead, eh? Put that big brainy bottle boy on his big behind, did you? Tetra, tetra, blah, blah, blah. Well, congratulations. We're all so proud. Aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? I said, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Harley? Harley! You see? But enough about past exploits. Here today, gone tomorrow, right? That's what they say, right? Take the old stomping grounds, for example. Gotham City and Metropolis. I mean, look at all the little hidey holes you've managed to carve out for yourselves. Oh, so industrious. You must feel all safe and cozy in there. Comfortable, are we? Well, not for long, because it's time to shake things up a bit. You all become too complacent, too predictable, and that makes you boring. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a bored audience. So get ready, kids, because it's going to be a very, very exciting ride. I mean, these are just the opening jokes, folks. We haven't even gotten to the punchline yet, and when we do, it's going to be a doozy.
Oh, Joker. So that is from the Joker's Punchline DLC. That's how you start off that mission, so that you can get the extra PvP areas, like arenas, and I think there's even a Legends map or two in there. I can't remember. But basically that's like picking up all the missions that are possible to pick up in the monitor room. We're also going to be working towards getting up to CR 53 as soon as possible after doing the level 30 missions. So the only thing that I could think of that to show you in the tech wing would be the entrance to Central City, but since we're not doing that right now, I'll just leave that. I'm actually going to head out to the Diamond District and show you guys one more thing, and this has to do with the PvP armor that we purchased, that set. Basically, or actually shoot, I missed one thing, so I gotta go back in here real quick. I've got to show you guys where to get that glove, that set of hands that I was missing from earlier, so that I can get that feat, and then we'll go back outside. So I was there and I totally forgot to grab it. So I'm just going back into the meadow wing, down into the reactor room, back to where you buy the PvP gear, and this console. Now, since I'm going to be erasing this right away anyways, this is the suit that I need, I'm just going to grab the DPS ones because they're right there. It'll still give me the style feat to stop going into the store. Okay. So I'll just equip those. Gives me the feat, which is a nice number of points. Now I can go outside. So basically we've completed, I could go, let me just see here. Since I have enough influence, that's one more thing that I can do. Oops, wrong side. Is to get more skill points, I can go through the other wings and buy
Nice, right?
the other suits.
This suit would inspire awe, but it's only for true masters of combat. Earn it, and you can wear it.
Maybe just for argument's sake, I'm going to buy a DPS set. Just for the heck of it, so I can have a DPS alternative here. So I'm going to buy as many of these as I can. Hopefully, that'll be enough to get me another feat. And we'll see how many points I have left over. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and then, okay, so now I don't actually have to go outside. Because you can see here, there's a gunslinger's trench coat. This actually has better stats than the chest piece that comes with these suits. So I'm going to buy a copy of the trench coat. That means I don't have to go out into Gotham, which is nice. So no loading into there. And I'm going to go now to the last wing. I'll go to the tech wing and I'll see if I can buy that whole suit too. Let me just organize this if I have enough space. Okay. is a DPS PvP suit. Now I'm going to empty out all this stuff. I'm going to sell it all off. But because that's going to be like a bit of an ordeal to get through all of this gear and keep it all organized, I'll just do that by myself. So next time I'll have basically a completely empty inventory as much as possible. I just don't want to make you guys sit through deleting it all. Hands. Okay, so these are the right hands. There we go. So as soon as I put these on, it'll give me the feet. I'm going to actually avoid doing that for now, and I'm just going to move my gear around so that I'll have enough space to add in those other sets. At least I hope I am. Where can I stash this gear? Okay, I'll put weapons. F down in there. Okay, just enough space to go to the last wing and get the last suit if I have enough marks for it. And like, you can buy weapons probably from these same vendors for the gear, but the thing about it is that that PvP weapon that I have is better, so that's why I'm not showing that, but I can show here.
Sweet armor, huh? You prove yourself to get you like that.
So this one, it doesn't really matter. I'm definitely going to be throwing the suit away, but you can see here there's level 30 weapons for DPS tank. So if you had, like, if you didn't have the other marks, the marks of triumph for higher tier weapons, like the tier 3 or tier 2 weapons, then this would be where you could also come and get a tier 1 weapon for the same marks of influence. So I'm just going to buy another controller suit and I'll get rid of it. I don't know if it did the gloves. Okay. Nope, those are the wrong gloves. Yeah, energy battery. So I'll just go through and make sure. You can buy any one of those suits, they're all the same. They all have the same stats. See here, like this back, 96 toughness, 164 health. 96 toughness, 164 health, like same thing. Although this one gives me, did I buy, oh that's right, that one's DPS, sorry. So there's the other one that's got the controller stats on it. It's a little bit further down. But that's why. They're the same level.
I'm always prepared.
Okay, so that is all the armor that I can buy at this point, and all the missions and objectives that I need to go and activate and complete inside the watchtower as a level 30 after having boosted up to level 30. That's like everything that I can do to get myself sort of to be better at this point. So from here on, we're going to go back and do those lower level missions like I had mentioned earlier, and thank you for joining me on my level 30 update mission in the Watchtower with DorkNinjaGaming. Thank you for watching, guys.